Hello my beautiful plant people, how are we today? Welcome back to the greenhouse. For those of you that have never met me before, I am Sam from Plant Collector Melbourne, and today's video is going to be a fun one. Today is all about wishlist plants and plants that I wish that I could have in my personal collection. Today's video is not just about plants that I want. I actually wanted to challenge myself and do different genuses. So for those of you that have been on my journey with me, following me along the way, you would know that I love Anthurium and Filiad Dendrin. But for those of you that don't know, I do love other genuses. So I thought to myself, how can I challenge myself and make this video a little bit different compared to normal? And it is that we're going to do different genuses and plants that I wish to have in my collection. And hopefully it's going to be a quick one because it is like 37 degrees outside, probably close to 40 in here. I am sweating. So yeah, let's hope that this one is a quick one. And I have forgotten my mic at home, so I'm going to be using my phone. So if the audio is a little bit different, that is why. Okay, my friends, let's get started. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, about 8 different genuses. And of course, I have to start with Anthurium because it is just my preference and bias and I can't help myself. But the very first plant that I would absolutely love to have in my collection would be, I might butcher some of the words, so you're going to have to bear with me, but this is Anthurium ericemoides. And when I saw this plant, I was like, the texture reminds me of like this bumpy Clitomoides, great color, great shape. I think that it is very different to normal Anthurium. If there is one thing that I want to do in this video is hopefully show you guys things that you have never seen before. So the Anthurium ericemoides has kind of come into the Australian market quite recently. And so I've only seen photos of it. I have seen, actually that's a lie. I've seen it in some collections here in Melbourne, I think about 2 of them, and it is really beautiful, really stunning, and I would love to have it in my own possession. So that is Anthurium. Tick. Next is Filiad Dendrin. So when I thought about what Filiad Dendrin would I love, it would have to be Filiad Dendrin lanamii. And I may be butchering that, but it is one of the most gorgeous phyllos. And even if you were to look at photos of it online, yes, it looks like a typical phyllo. Yes, it can be green, very heart-shaped, yada, yada. But the color, the pink deliciousness of new leaves on this thing is just beautiful. It's one of the classic things when it's anything to do with color or texture. I'm always like, nature, how do you do it? So this one I have seen a little bit in the Australian market, not a lot. It is still rare, but I would definitely love this one as well. Now, did you guys know that I love Alocasia? So in the greenhouse, I've actually got maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different Alocasia. And to be honest, I do want more, but even when I was thinking about, okay, if I had to get an Alocasia, what would it be? And it took me quite a long time. So in terms of Alocasia, I've got some, and just going off what is in here, we've got Alocasia dragon scale, Alocasia silver dragon, black velvet, the green velvet, and also the fried egg, which is the variegated one as well. I might have more, but that's just going off what I can see. And it took me quite some time to think about what one I would actually like to add into the collection. If you guys have one that is maybe like under the radar or something that you would really love, please comment down below, because this one is, I would like it, but I'm not in love with it. But if I had to pick one, it'd be this, and it is Alocasia reticulata. And the first time I saw this was at a friend's place in their greenhouse. It is such a beautiful plant. It's got beautiful texture, the shape, colors meh, but this one is definitely different in terms of like how a normal Alocasia looks. So there are a couple, but reticulata is probably the one that's at the top for me. The next we are going to talk about is Synapsis. So Synapsis has been slowly but surely climbing up the ladder in terms of the genuses that I love. And specifically, I've always loved the Moonlight or the dark form Trubii, and then also some of the common Synapsis. But this one I came across and I fell in love, and I would love to have this in my collection. Plus, Synapsis are just so easy to look after because they hold so much water and don't require as much care or watering or helicopter parenting. So Synapsis are really in my eyes. So this one would be Synapsis Silver Hero. So I'm pretty sure I have Platinum. I have Synapsis Platinum in the store, and that was given to me as a gift, and I love it. But I also really want to get Silver Hero. So I really love silvery plants, whether that's like Filiad Dendrin Soderoy, whether that is anything to do with like splashy Hoya. And speaking of which, let's talk about the Hoya that I wish to have in my collection. I have a couple. I couldn't choose between two, so I'm going to share with you guys two in Hoya. And Hoya for me has always been around, but I can't say that I'm deeply obsessed with them. I do really love them, but not obsessed with them. But these two could definitely get me more obsessed with Hoya for sure. And it is Hoya polyneura, also known as like the fish tail or the mermaid tail Hoya, but the variegated form. And to be a bit fancier, it's the inward variegated form, or the reverse. It is just stunning, and I don't think I've ever seen it in anyone's collections that I've come across. So this one just recently got onto the wish list because I was chatting to Colin about Hoya, because he definitely really loves Hoya, and I was like, what is something that you would really love? And he mentioned this, and it has come into my wish list too. It is Hoya Jodies Silver Rope. And oh my gosh, you need to look this up. This plant is like everything that I could have wanted and more in a Hoya. So in terms of a plant, this has it all. It's got great shape, great color, really easy to care for. It is so beautiful. I'm a huge fan of Hindu rope, whether that's the normal one, the green one, whether it's variegated both inside, outside form, but this silvery one, oh my gosh, it's like a silvery blue deliciousness. So even though I don't think it's here in Australia, if it ever got here, that's going in my basket. Now this one is an interesting one. So I've always liked Syngonium. I think I loved it maybe about 3 to 4 years ago, like a lot. I have a lot of Syngonium in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 different species of Syngonium in here, if not more. Definitely it was a more at the beginning / middle of my journey, but not so much now. But I still find the beauty in them. But there was definitely one Syngonium that back in the day, about I would say 3-4 years ago, that I wanted so bad. The price tag was insane. I think it even went to like $1,000, and I was just like, I can't pull the trigger on a Syngonium for that much. So I didn't get it. I still think that it is hella beautiful, but it is Syngonium red spot tricolor. Now, if this doesn't look like a painted plant, I don't know what does, because it's pinkness, the way that it's sectorial, the way that it's speckled, it truly is a really beautiful plant. That is probably my number one Syngonium that I would like, but I'm not dying to get. But if I had to pick one Syngonium, it would be this one. We're coming close to the end. We've got 2 more genuses. Can you guess what they are? So the last 2 will go with Monstera. Now, with this, I had 2 in my head that I would love. So I will share both of them with you because I can't help myself. But the first one is Monstera Esqueleto. And so some of you might be like, Sam, it just looks like an Adansonii. Nay. This is a beautiful plant, and I got to see it up in Cairns a couple of months ago in its like a big adult form, and it was just magnificent. And then on top of that, one of my friends that came on the trip also got one, and they're growing it in their greenhouse in Melbourne, and it is so stunning and really big. So yes, it does look like an Adansonii because Monstera, holes, Swiss cheese, I get it. But if you see it in its adult form, my goodness, it is like much more elongated, a very, very stunning plant. So that one is definitely on my wish list. And also with Monstera, it is of course the Bullmark's Flame. I just can't help myself. The shape is really cool. It does look like a normal Monstera, but I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the hype. Maybe I'm going into the hype. But I do think that it is a really beautiful plant. Or maybe I've just seen so much of it. Maybe that's it. But yeah, definitely would love that in my collection. And last but certainly not least, we have Epipremnum. Now, when I went searching, I was like, I don't think that there's going to be an Epipremnum that I could potentially like. And yet again, I am proven wrong because I was searching on Instagram for maybe even like not even 2 minutes in Epipremnum and I found this guy. So this is Epipremnum giganteum, but the variegated one. And I will put up a photo, and my goodness, is this beautiful. I don't know what it is. I think it's because it reminds me of a patriciae or like a paddled / pendant Filiad Dendrin of some sort, and then it's just variegated. So to me, this thing is so beautiful. I have no idea whether it's in Australia or not. If you know, please let me know down below, because I think that this thing is absolutely stunning. All right, my friends, that wraps up all of my wishlist plants of all the different genuses, and I wasn't super challenged, but it definitely put me out of my comfort zone because I could rattle on a list of all these plants that I would love, but I also really want it to be insightful and something new for you guys as well. So challenge accepted. I did as many genuses as I thought I could, that I love, that I'm interested in. So hopefully that you guys have seen something that you've never seen before, or yeah, it gets you thinking about what you would like to dabble into next, different horizons, trying something new, because I know that I can get stuck in my biases and preferences. So it is really cool to dabble into different ones as well. So with that being said, thank you so much for hanging out in the greenhouse with me. Hopefully you guys are not as sweaty as I am, because it is like over 40 degrees in this greenhouse and it is hot. So I'm going to go water the plants so that they don't stress out too much. Let's chat in the comments down below. Let me know if there is a plant that was on today's wish list that you've never seen or heard of before. Which one was your favorite? Or even let me know what is on your wish list, because I would love to see or hear plants that I've never heard or seen before too. So until the next video, thank you so much. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.